Hello, I'm Diane. Welcome to my channel, Diane in Stitches, a channel all about my sewing life, what I've made, what I'm going to make, any fabric purchases, pattern purchases, and hopefully we'll pass on some hints and tips that you might find useful along the way. So this week I've got a couple of finished makes, one now in progress, a little bit of a mishap, and I've got a little bit of a fabric haul to show you. So I'll start with what I'm wearing. This is the Copper Creek Patterns, formerly Do It Better Yourself Club, Anything But Basic Tee, which is a free pattern. And this a very strange coloured fabric I got a couple of years ago from Northern Monkey Makes, and it was just bought to do muslins and various bits and bobs. So it's not a colour that I would normally have gone for, but it was a good value price at the time. So it's as I said, the Copper Creek Anything But Basic Tee, but it's all a bit pulling because this was before I started out lowering these this bust point. So it's a little bit tight under the arms. The sleeves are a bit tight. It's actually quite warm. It's quite a thick cotton lycra. A little bit warm today because it's suddenly decided to get warmer weather. So it's a little bit funny, bit clingy, if you like. So what have I finished? Well, the first thing I finished was the Wonder Undies. So I managed to get the legs, the fold over elastic on the leg the other day, and they fit nice, and it's gone on quite well. I did it in a two-step method rather than trying to get it all on in one go. So I put the underside on first, and then you fold it over and do another. Do another zigzag. So you've got two zigzags on the inside, but only one on the outside. So they are done. The other thing I got done was the red vintage denim. I managed to get the shorts done, but I've had a little bit of a mishap this morning, and I'm just so annoyed with myself. I can't remember what the pattern is now. I put it away, but I did it all very nicely. They're quite long. They're knee length. I've had knee length shorts before, and I quite like the fit. But that's how it's supposed to be on the pattern. It shows, the illustration shows that they're just above the knee. So I got it all on nicely. Got nice deep pockets. But what I've done is I went into Boys, and I wanted a metal zip, and the only one they had was sort of a beigey colour. I should have just got a nylon zip and had done with it, but because with it being denim, I thought it needed a heavier zip. And then this morning I was pulling the zip up, and what I've done, I cut the top off of the zip where it goes up into the waistband. And when I decided I was going to top stitch around the waistband. So I cut this off. When I put the zip on, I hand cranked over it and avoided, so I didn't break a needle. But I thought I'd just cut the top of the zip off so that it didn't go right up into the waistband. And I just whizzed the zip up this morning, and the zipper pulls just come straight off. And of course I can't get that back on now. So I'm going to have to undo as much as I can to get the zip, or get a new zip and put that in. I think I'll just go for a red nylon zip. But this pattern, it didn't have a fly shield, so I've added the fly shield. I had to do that on the skirt, similar from the same pattern, the pencil skirt I made last year, and I just fashioned a fly shield from some cotton poplin that had like fat quarters that I'd had from mask making. So what a pain! I don't know. I kept saying to myself, "Be careful with that zip, Diane." And then this morning I just whipped it up and it just fell off. I was so annoyed. So that's another thing. I've got to repair that now. So that's on the repair pile. Very annoyed with myself for doing that. So that's that gone. I mentioned about the challenge I did with the So Frugal challenge, and that was, I made the, obviously as you know from last week, I made the classic tea. I was going to put a band in, like a band across the back, but it didn't quite work out. I've only got some quite thick. It was a jersey bias binding, and it didn't go, so I took it off, and I thought I'll just cover stitch around. So I've just cover stitched the neckband down. So it's gone quite well on the V because it's only one needle. But I've double cover stitched all the other hems, and I didn't win a prize, so that's okay. It was just a random draw. So next thing on the agenda is I'm going to do like I said last week with this other linen viscose mix. I'm going to do another Pattern Emporium Easy Does It skirt, and I think I am going to try these little pockets this time on the front. We'll see. So because I've made that skirt before, it shouldn't take too long to get that done. I might just make the same one again, same length, with the slit up the side, and as I say, put those pockets on the front. And I think the next, if I can get that done fairly quickly, I think the next item which I might do, which I mentioned last week, which would go with it nicely with this cotton poplin from Beyond the Pink Door, which was in a one-off subscription box I got last year, and it does sort of go quite nicely with that. I think I was going to do the Tilda blouse, the Maison Fauve pattern that I got, free pattern that I got last week. But I think it's because that's got pin tucks along the front, down from the neckband. I think the pattern's too busy, I think, for pin tucks. So I think what I might do with that, I thought, is I think I might do another Donny shirt, short sleeve Donny shirt. So again, because I've done that before, I pretty much know that that's going to come together okay. I think those will look nice together, and it's sort of a start of what you were supposed. I suppose I'm getting together a capsule wardrobe of things that actually go together, because a lot of things in my wardrobe don't actually go together. I struggle to sort of think, well, why did I make that when I haven't got a bottoms to go with it, or vice versa. So I'm trying to think along those lines. I watch a lovely channel by Deb, who is Sew Yourself a Capsule Wardrobe, and she does a lot of things like hints and tips on what to put together, and she buys the fabrics that actually go together, and she put a vest top with a skirt or a trousers, and it's very interesting watching how she puts together her capsule wardrobe. But of course, I haven't had my colours done, so I don't really know whether I'm on the right wavelength or not with the colours. But I know, I mean, I like blues. I do like blues, but I do like some other colours as well. Hence why I made the red shorts. But anyway, that's enough of trying to figure out my style and what goes and what doesn't. So on to the fabrics that I bought. As I mentioned last week, well, I didn't buy them, I must say, because I'm still trying to smash my stash, but my sister-in-law sent me some gift vouchers for my birthday, and I chose them from Beyond the Pink Door. So they came last week, and I went through the website and saw what fabrics they'd got in. I was going to get a kit to start, a bag kit, tote bag. And then I thought, well, the vouchers would probably be better value if I got couple of fabrics at least. So I went through the website and managed to see sort of one or two things that I fancied. Now, they're not summery; they're more of sort of a autumn winter colours as it happens. But I quite liked them, and I thought, well, I'll get those. And this one is a remnant, but it's 1.7 meters. And it's this lovely sort of abstracty floral paintbrush strokes type, and it's a viscose twill. and I thought that was quite nice. So again, we're going blues. And so it's quite a good substantial weight, but it's got a lovely drape, obviously being viscose. So that would probably make a nice blouse. I haven't decided yet. As I say, I might leave those till later on in the year. And another fabric which is wintry, autumny wintry colours is this Ponte Roma, which again is a sort of a abstracty floral with some muted colours. I thought that was lovely. I think it's because it's 40% stretch. So I was thinking with that, possibly a Jarrah sweater, try it again, because I made one last year in a horrible cheap fabric and it didn't turn out nice at all. So I think I might make that. So what I thought I would do is just make a simple one with the ribbed neckband and cuffs and bottom, because there's 4 different styles on the Jarrah. I tried the first one with the long sleeves with the slit in it, and I ended up, I thought, it's going to annoy me. So I took them off and I just made some cuffs and put that, but I still don't like, the neck's all hanging strange, it's not very good. But what I thought I'd do with this, I do a ribbing. So I ordered 1/2 metre of sort of tone matching cuff ribbing in an aubergine colour, so that I think will look quite nice or I've got another sweatshirt, like a sweatshirt pattern, which I suppose, but I think I'll have another go at the Jarrah. So I don't think I've much else to mention this week. There's not a lot been happening. We went out the other day into Sheffield. Keith wanted to check out a pub. He gets together with some of his old university mates now and again, and then once a year we also have a do with spouses, and we go and stay overnight at a hotel and have a nice slap-up meal the other side of Sheffield. But he goes on these ones on his, it's just the blokes on there. Well, there's a couple of ladies as well who are in the same class, and he wanted to just book into this pub. It was his turn to organise into Sheffield, and so we usually go and do the booking, and we usually sit and have lunch there as well. And we went there this Wednesday and on a Wednesday he makes a fantastic meat and potato pie, and it's absolutely delicious. And so we went and had that. But it was a bit of a trek, because I've been having some trouble with walking with my legs. On the tops of my thighs, I keep getting some muscle spasms. If we go out walking down by the canal, halfway around I'm sort of limping. I'm trying to do some exercises and trying to get fit. But we parked up at behind the Sheffield station, and then we come down through a park area. And we happened to go down the steps, and there's a lot of steps. But going back, and then we were walked around town, and then we walked back, but we went up the sloping path instead of going up the steps again. But by the time we got back to the car, my leg was absolutely killing. And then we woke up yesterday morning and this morning, and we both got sore calves from the steps. So I'm like I'm just at the moment limping about the house. And we had to go out this morning, and I was sort of staggering. It's really painful. I'm trying to keep rubbing it, and it's just so painful. But hey ho, I'll have to put some get something like Voltarol gel or something. It's really worse. It's probably worse than the thigh pain I get anyway. Enough of my ailments. So anyway, I'll just leave it at that with a nice short one this week. Thank you again to everyone that's watching. Hope you'll come back and watch again. Hope you like the videos. Please do click the like button, and if you haven't subscribed, it would be lovely if you would subscribe, and it helps the channel to get promoted further, and it doesn't cost you anything. And thank you if you have subscribed. I'm getting on the way up to, I know it's a small beer compared to some people, but I think I'm on the way up now, just short of 300 subscribers. So it would be nice if you could help me reach that next milestone. So thank you for watching. Hope you have a lovely weekend and get lovely sewing done. And hopefully you'll join me again on the next video. So bye for now.